Hey there, fellow gamers! Welcome back to the channel, where we dive deep into the best games out there and uncover the gems you absolutely need to experience. Today, I'm bringing you a lineup of iconic single-player games that you've got to try at least once. Trust me, each one of these is a masterpiece in its own right, and I can't wait to share my thoughts on them with you. So, grab your controller, sit back, and let's get into it. Let's kick things off with The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. If you haven't played this yet, you're in for an epic ride. Stepping into Geralt of Rivia's boots, you're not just playing a game, you're living a saga. The world of The Witcher 3 is insanely immersive. You've got sprawling landscapes, dense forests, and bustling cities all teeming with life. Every corner of this game is dripping with detail, and the storytelling is absolute top tier. From the gritty streets of Novigrad to the eerie swamps of Velen, the world feels alive, with every NPC carrying their own stories and secrets. I found myself getting lost in the narrative for hours on end, not just because of the main quests, but also due to the side stories that are just as engaging. You'll find yourself chasing down monsters, solving mysteries, and making choices that can change the world around you. And the combat? It's fluid, challenging, and oh so satisfying when you take down a massive beast with a perfectly timed strike. Every encounter feels earned, and the satisfaction of defeating a tough foe never gets old. The atmosphere, with its rich lore and characters, wraps around you, making the experience deeply personal and unforgettable. The music, too, deserves a mention. The haunting melodies that accompany your journey stay with you long after you've put the controller down. This game is a must experience for anyone who loves a deep, rich world filled with magic, monsters, and moral dilemmas.
To resist, join the guerrillas and fight for our beloved Temeria till death do us part. We chose the former.
Now let's talk about Max Payne 3. This one's a gritty, action-packed thrill ride from start to finish. Max Payne has always been about that intense, cinematic gunplay, and the third installment takes it to a whole new level. The story hits hard. Max is older, more broken, and drowning in his own misery. You can feel the weight of his past decisions bearing down on him, and it's that darkness that makes his journey so compelling. The narrative is a brutal, unflinching look at a man on the edge, and every twist and turn hits like a gut punch. The gunfights are where this game truly shines. The slow-motion bullet time is still as badass as ever, and every shot feels impactful. The destructible environments add a layer of chaos to each encounter, making every firefight a visual spectacle. You'll find yourself diving through windows, dodging bullets, and watching as your surroundings crumble in the wake of your actions. Playing Max Payne 3 feels like starring in your own action movie, with the stakes getting higher and higher with each chapter. It's brutal, relentless, and an absolute blast, and I can't help but get swept up in its relentless pace every time. The gritty atmosphere, combined with the stylized visuals and intense soundtrack, makes for an experience that's as immersive as it is heart-pounding. Next up, we've got Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. Set sail on the high seas in this swashbuckling adventure, where you get to live out your pirate fantasies in the golden age of piracy. The Caribbean setting is stunning, with crystal clear waters, lush islands, and ancient ruins just waiting to be explored. Every wave, every gust of wind, and every distant ship on the horizon adds to the game's incredible sense of immersion. But Black Flag isn't just about the visuals, it nails the feeling of freedom. You can board ships, plunder treasure, and engage in epic naval battles that are nothing short of spectacular. The sea shanties your crew sings as you sail add an authentic touch that makes every voyage feel alive. The story of Edward Kenway, a pirate with a heart of gold, is filled with twists and turns that keep you hooked from start to finish. The pirate lifestyle is so vividly captured that you can almost feel the salt spray on your face and hear the creaking of the ship as it cuts through the waves. And it's not just about the main story. The world is filled with hidden secrets, legendary ships to defeat, and treasure maps that lead to untold riches. This is hands down one of the most unique and enjoyable entries in the Assassin's Creed series, and every time I play, it feels like setting off on a new adventure. The combination of land and sea exploration, coupled with a gripping narrative, makes Black Flag an unforgettable experience. Speaking of open worlds, let's not forget the Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Skyrim. Even just saying the name brings back a flood of memories. This game is the ultimate sandbox where you can do anything and be anyone. The freedom of choice in Skyrim is unparalleled. You can be a stealthy assassin, a powerful mage, or a warrior who shouts dragons out of the sky. The possibilities are endless, and the game encourages you to explore every path. The sheer scale of the world is mind-blowing, with every mountain peak, every dungeon, and every town offering something new to discover. I've sunk more hours into this game than I care to admit, and yet there's always something more to find. The atmosphere is just so cozy. You can lose yourself in the snowy wilderness, listen to the haunting melodies of the soundtrack, and just exist in this beautifully crafted world. There's something magical about wandering through the forests, stumbling upon a hidden cave, or watching the auroras dance across the night sky. Skyrim isn't just a game, it's an experience, one that you'll want to return to again and again, and every return feels like coming home. Whether it's battling dragons, joining the Thieves Guild, or just spending a quiet evening in Whiterun, Skyrim offers a world that feels alive and brimming with adventure. Now let's shift gears and dive into the fast-paced world of Need for Speed Most Wanted. This game is all about high-speed chases, adrenaline-pumping races, and outsmarting the cops at every turn. The open-world design lets you roam around, challenge rivals, and push your car to its limits. The sense of speed is exhilarating, dodging traffic, drifting around corners, and narrowly escaping the police in some of the most intense car chases ever. Every race feels like a high-stakes showdown, with your heart pounding as you edge out the competition. Customization is key, and being able to tweak your ride to perfection not only ensures it performs like a beast, but looks the part too. The game's dynamic weather and day-night cycles add an extra layer of strategy to the races, making each one feel unique. Most Wanted is the kind of game that gets your heart racing and keeps you coming back for just one more race. And every time you hit the gas, it feels like you're entering a high-stakes, pedal-to-the-metal showdown. The thrill of the chase, the roar of the engines, and the thrill of evading capture all combine to create an experience that's as thrilling as it is unforgettable. Next on our journey is Control. This game is like stepping into a surreal, mind-bending world where reality is constantly shifting. You play as Jesse Faden, exploring the enigmatic Federal Bureau of Control, and believe me, this place is like nothing you've ever seen before. The atmosphere is thick with tension and weirdness, with every room feeling like a puzzle waiting to be solved. From the moment you walk in, the building seems to breathe and shift around you, creating a constant sense of disorientation and wonder. The gameplay is equally unique, blending telekinetic powers with third-person shooting in a way that feels incredibly fresh. Throwing objects at enemies with your mind never gets old, and the sheer joy of watching debris fly around as you unleash your powers is exhilarating. The sense of power you get from mastering your abilities is just awesome. What's more, the narrative is as enigmatic as the environment, with its layers of mystery and hidden lore keeping you hooked. Control isn't just a game. It's an experience that messes with your perception and leaves you questioning what's real long after you've put down the controller. It's a game that thrives on its originality and leaves a lasting impact with its eerie, atmospheric storytelling and innovative gameplay mechanics. Let's not miss out on Prototype. Imagine being an unstoppable force of destruction in the middle of New York City with the ability to shapeshift and absorb your enemies. Prototype puts you in the shoes of Alex Mercer, a man with a serious vendetta and even more serious powers. The game's all about chaos and carnage, with a combat system that lets you unleash devastating attacks on hordes of enemies. I remember the sheer thrill of sprinting up skyscrapers and diving off rooftops, feeling like an all-powerful force of nature. But what really sets Prototype apart is the freedom it gives you to cause mayhem. Whether you're gliding through the air, transforming into monstrous forms, or ripping through military forces with ease, the city is your playground. The story is dark and twisted, with a relentless pace that keeps you engaged from start to finish. The game's visual style is gritty and raw, adding to the sense of unbridled destruction. Prototype is pure, unfiltered fun, perfect for those moments when you just want to let loose and wreak havoc, and it delivers that exhilarating experience in spades. Moving on, we have Rise of the Tomb Raider. Lara Croft is back, and she's better than ever. This game takes everything great about the Tomb Raider series and cranks it up a notch. The exploration is top-notch, with ancient tombs to discover, puzzles to solve, and a story that delves deep into Lara's past and motivations. The environments are beautifully crafted, from the frozen Siberian wilderness to the lush hidden valleys. What I love most about this game is how it balances action, exploration, and storytelling so perfectly. One moment, you're in a high-octane shootout, and the next, you're deciphering ancient scripts or climbing sheer cliff faces. The game's dedication to its environments is particularly striking. Each location feels like a character in its own right, brimming with history and secrets. The sense of accomplishment when you solve a complex puzzle or uncover a hidden area is incredibly rewarding. Rise of the Tomb Raider offers an exhilarating blend of action and exploration that keeps you hooked from start to finish, and Lara's journey feels both epic and deeply personal. And then there's Just Cause 2, the game that defines over-the-top, explosive fun. If you've ever wanted to cause chaos on a massive scale, this is the game for you. The world of Panau is absolutely huge, and it's packed with opportunities for destruction. Whether you're hijacking jets, blowing up military bases, or using your trusty grappling hook to swing between buildings, Just Cause 2 is all about freedom and fun. The physics are delightfully ridiculous, and the game encourages you to be as creative as possible in your approach to missions. I remember spending hours just experimenting with the grappling hook, pulling off stunts, and watching as explosions rocked the landscape. The game's sense of scale and the sheer variety of ways you can interact with the world make it endlessly entertaining. Just Cause 2 is pure, unadulterated chaos, and it's an absolute blast to play. It's the kind of game that lets you unleash your wild side and have a blast in the process. Last but certainly not least, we've got Uncharted 4: Thief's End. This game is the pinnacle of cinematic storytelling and gaming. You step into the shoes of Nathan Drake for one last adventure, and it's an emotional, action-packed ride from start to finish. The set pieces are breathtaking, the visuals are stunning, and the story is filled with twists and turns that keep you on the edge of your seat. The game excels in blending heart-pounding action with moments of quiet reflection, allowing you to really connect with the characters. The relationships feel genuine, and every high-stakes moment is balanced with intimate, character-driven scenes. I found myself emotionally invested in Nathan's journey, rooting for him through every challenge and celebrating his victories. The game's ability to create such a personal connection with its characters, combined with its thrilling gameplay and gorgeous visuals, makes Uncharted 4 not just a game, but a memorable journey that leaves a lasting impression long after the credits roll. And there you have it, folks. 10 iconic single-player games that you absolutely need to experience. Each one offers something unique, whether it's an unforgettable story, mind-blowing gameplay, or a world that's just begging to be explored. If you haven't played these yet, do yourself a favor and dive in. You won't regret it. Thanks for watching, and as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest gaming adventures. Until next time, happy gaming!